Hi. Uh, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Giovanisci. I am only half Italian, although my last name is super whoppy, and that means without papers. Oh, God, it's a terrible start. So I am going to do a talk. I don't have a slideshow. Sorry, you have to look at me, and you have to listen to me, and you can't take out your phones. Unless you do, you can take a picture of me, and you can tweet it or, do whatever you do at night with it. So I'm going to teach you how to make videos that break the internet. That title is arbitrary and weird, but chances are you're not going to make a video that breaks the internet. I have not broken the internet, literally. I think Kim Kardashian's the only person who has legitimately broken the internet with her butt. She has, yes, that's true. And feel free to speak up and ask questions during this whole thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 videos that I've made, and then I'm going to break down step by step how I made those videos. All right? So the first video I'm going to show you is a video that I made last year. It's called #Hustle. Has anyone ever seen my rap videos and stuff? Very few people, and that's fine. So you'll get a good sense of what I do for a living, and it's insane. But I'm a white rapper, and I made a rap album last month in 30 days and sold it, and I made $1,000. So that's my only claim to fame. So I'm going to show you this video that I did last year. I performed it last year at the Plutus Awards, which is happening on Saturday night. And this year I'm going to be doing a song you'll see later, and I'm also going to be doing #Hustle again. So let me just play that for you, and
that online hustle, all-American, David O. Russell, brain, I work that muscle, sprout, you know that Russell, I'ma bring the fight all day and night, I'm hungry for the tussle. I'm on the road to success. Every day, don't even have to get dressed. I work from home, I'm never stressed. Logging into WordPress, yes, I'm obsessed. I'm so fine, got talent coming out my spine. I'm on time, got a meeting with my mastermind. I'm #1 on Google, nobody can off me. I'm smoother than the butter in my bulletproof coffee.
#Hustle, 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 #Hustle.
My copy's mad tight, so you know it's magnetic. I check my PayPal account, so I know that you read it. I code my website myself, so it's got that aesthetic. Download my podcast, so I know that I said it. You're building habits, and I can't stop. These blog posts, my cash crop. Search rankings, I got top spot. Just Skype me and we'll talk shop. If you need another minute to look, I'll save you some time. Just download my ebook. My hustle's super bad, I'm loving it. I call an Uber ride, some productive shit. Everything I can, you know I'm crushing it. I'll write 1,000 words and then I hit submit. You know I ain't got nothing to prove. I got nothing to lose besides traffic and some page views. I got stacks on stacks of life hacks, pay quarterly tax. Ain't no time to relax. I gotta
#Hustle, 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 #Hustle.
When I bring my laptop on the plane, when I buy another stupid domain, when I gas up my online gravy train, even though you know my startup is lean. Oh, you're so dramatic, yeah, my life's nomadic, and I know just what you're thinking, and you're wishing that you had it. No, my side ain't static, yeah, it's automatic. I need my hustle fixed, cause I'm a hustle addict. My 4-hour body don't sleep. I'm unique and I only work a 4-hour work week. My 4-hour body don't sleep. I'm unique and I only work a 4-hour work week.
#Hustle. hustle, hashtag 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 hustle.
Thank you. All right, so that was a video I made last year. Weird and different. So I want to break down how I did that because I did it in a week, I think it took me. The song we're not going to talk about. The song I did relatively quickly. But the video was 2 days of filming and then 1 day of editing. And so what we did was we created a giant list of shots that we wanted for the song. So I would just keep listening to the song over and over again and saying, oh, I want a shot of me hitting a tennis ball. I want a shot of me doing this. I want a shot of me doing that. And I wrote it down on a huge list. Now, I don't have that particular list. I might have deleted it. But I've done another video where I just write down a huge list of all of the shots that I want to take. This is called B-roll because during the actual filming of it, we do what I call a base layer. So I would film myself rapping in different locations. One of them being a dark backyard at my friend's house while it was raining. One of them was, I think that was actually the only shot where I was doing any rapping. And so I filmed it 4 times and just, messed up here and there. And we were just playing it through my iPhone. So I had my friend Matt, who did all the filming for this video. He just played the song on his iPhone while he was holding the camera so that I could hear it. And you don't hear it that well, especially when you're outside, but you get close. And they do tell you to lip sync. When they tell you to lip sync, you should sing out loud. But when I did that, I couldn't hear the actual music, so couldn't do that. I had to fake it. So we put down a base layer, and we edit all of that together. And doing all that, you just have a really, really boring video. You just have a guy rapping at a camera and all these different shots. And so once I have that down, then I'm like, okay, cool. So we listen to the song, we figure out all the shots we want to take. So here I have something that says chorus shots with mic. I have, things that I can feasibly do in a single day. And I have this little key up here that's called with Steph/daylight and just daylight. And what that means is Steph is my girlfriend, and she was the only other person that could help me shoot this particular video, and so she was the cameraman. So if I needed Steph for a shot, so if I needed an additional cameraman, I had to highlight that in purple. If I needed daylight, I hide it, and it's just me, I would highlight that in orange. Because if there was a shot that I could do at night, I could then plan out my entire day and say, okay, I'm going to do these shots at night, and then do all these shots during the day when I had Steph, because I only had Steph for like 4 hours. And then I just basically prioritized the list and made sure I can get all of those shots in a single day. And so a lot of these shots have very arbitrary names like funny dancing. I don't really know what that means, but I just needed a shot of funny dancing just in case. I probably didn't even use that shot for the video, but the more I could get, the more I could work with in post, because all of the work that I do, this is the planning of the video is some work a little bit. And filming it is a full day, but it's not really that hard. All of the work is in editing. All of the work is in post. Building the entire storyline is in post. So, again, what you see here is just a bunch of things that I wrote down. And hashtag hustle specifically was a lot. There was a lot of shots that we got all over my hometown. And we did it in a single day. And I don't have it, but we planned out the routes on Google Maps to make sure we could hit all the locations in a single day. And any shots that we had to do at night, we would just save those, or any shots we could do at night, like any indoor shots could be done at night because there's plenty of lighting. And so that's how we planned out all the shots for hashtag hustle. And it took, again, I think it took 1 day to film everything, and then it took about 1 to 2 days of editing. And a lot of the tricks in the editing to give it a lot of energy, which is something that a lot of people don't do. And this goes for any video. And I'm going to turn down the sound and just play it in the background here. because there's some things I want to point out. All these really fast jump cuts are very important for moving the story along. So there's just, and it'll be just, you'll see flashes, like right there. So that is just a little editing trick to just give it energy and match the song. And so whenever you put together a video for whatever you're doing, you should, if you use a music bed, use that as your guide for when to make the cuts. Because it's always good to like make a cut on a downbeat or make a cut on a cymbal splash or do something that makes the viewer feel like they're part of the story. And so this is just if I actually had the file on this air, the amount of cuts that are done in this single video and the amount of B-roll that I used is just insane. And the other thing that I did was we did a lot of animation, and like all of these shots with the lyrics in front of them, and any shot where I was like obviously not Skyping with Elon Musk, but that was a shot that I actually animated. I don't actually have Elon Musk's Skype number. I don't think Elon Musk is on Skype, but so before we go on to the next video, does anyone have any questions about this or just this topic in general? Okay, the PayPal number thing, which I don't know when that part comes up. It just happened. So I took a screenshot of my actual PayPal account and put it into Photoshop and removed the actual price, and then went into, if you use Chrome or any other browser, you can go into Inspect, and you can see what font that PayPal uses and what color they use for that font. And so I just matched the color and font, put it into Adobe After Effects, I used Adobe After Effects, and I just created a script that went from 0 to some large number. And then I put motion blur on it so it felt like it was counting up fast. And then I just did that as a separate movie, so that became its own little file that I just made. And then I stuck that on top of the actual video in Premiere and then did a slow zoom on it, which was something that I did separately. So a lot of these shots, that's actually a screenshot from GoDaddy. And a lot of these shots are just, stuff that I could easily do all by myself, in post. So, anybody else? Is this remotely helpful at all? All right. Yes. Yes. The answer is my video is awesome, and that's how it gained traction. No. So one of the things that I feel makes a good video and makes a good video that breaks the internet, I'm in Staples. Okay, that was weird. And that guy walked by at a perfect time. So this video in particular has relatability. Pretty much everyone in this room knows Gary Vaynerchuk and knows that hustle is a word. And this is to me, I was making fun of the term hustle. I actually don't like the term hustle. I think it's stupid. And I think that hustlers are for drug dealers and pimps, and that's what they do. I don't hustle. I work very hard, and I don't sell women or drugs. So I don't want to be associated with that word. However, I just made a rap video about it, so maybe I am too associated with it. Yikes. So the reason I think the video did very well was because of the relatability to all of the online entrepreneurs, and that was the target audience I was trying to reach, was people who blog, which is why I mentioned WordPress, Bulletproof Coffee, because that's a thing that went around in the blogosphere for a while, and just hitting things that are relevant to the audience I was trying to hit. And I'm the same thing for the video that I'm going to show you after this. It's called The Boss, and it's about being your own boss. So pretty much anyone who is their own boss is like, oh, this is just like my life, share. And that's how it gets popularity. I'm sorry for making fun of everyone's voice. Like, oh, this is me, share. Yes. All right, so we used 3 cameras for this shot. An iPhone, a GoPro, and a Canon 70D. It's a $1,000 camera that has no lens. So then you buy a lens, and I bought a 24 millimeter Canon pancake lens. I think the aperture is 2.4, right? And that was $250. And we didn't have to shoot any audio because it was a rap video. But I do use the camera audio because I need to match up, when the lyrics are happening and when I'm singing and stuff like that. So those are the 3 cameras that we use for it. Yes. I'm sorry if I should repeat these questions so everyone can hear them. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So the question, I'll repeat, is the ending or where I do the black background and it seems like there's a lot of shots and a lot of flashing. It's because I did a lot of cuts and I shot that scene 4 times. So what I do is I have my cameraman stand there and he plays the song and I just rap and I do a bunch of silly things. And then I go, okay, take 2. And he'll move closer to me. And so take 2, do the whole thing again. And then he moves further back, take 3, do it again. He moves closer, take 4, do it again. Now I have 4 takes. I put all of those takes in the editing program on top of each other. So I line them all up so they're perfect, and then I just pick the best ones. I usually try to make cuts to the music. So if the music's fast, you're going to have a lot more cuts to keep the energy flowing. If it's slow, maybe a cut, whenever like a beat happens, or it depends. Like I wanted this to be super high energy, so I spent a lot of time cutting and just like making because there's even shots where I'm like, there's another shot too where I actually use the same shot and I just cut it up to the beat, and then I'll zoom in on that one frame, and then the other frame will be the same. And then I'll zoom in on the other frame, so it looks like it's going back and forth really fast. And that just and even if it's minute, it may just be like a little zoom in. It just adds this weird pulsing energy to the video that's like unnoticeable but noticeable. Yes. I've been editing. So how long have I been editing? Dell. Remember Dell computers? Remember? I got a Dell. Remember that guy? I had a Dell when I was in college. I went to college for 2 weeks, and I dropped out. And then I went to college again the semester after that and dropped out in 3 weeks. So a little bit better. But during my first semester of college, first 2 weeks of college, my dad bought me a Dell, and it had a chip card reader in it that was like you plugged in RCA cables to a camera that had like the tapes, old, right? And I edited it then. So that was 2001, so almost 16 years. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, and I'm trying to think if there's if I had any inspiration, I watched this rap video. Well, maybe I did. You know what I did? I watched a lot of rap videos. I don't like rap music, personally. I listen to metalcore. I listen to hardcore, heavy metal, dark music. And I had to go watch a ton of rap videos. And I'm like, every rap video has boats and scantily clad women and other gross things, and I couldn't do any of those things. But what they had was this weird pulsing effect, this weird a lot of jump cuts, where you're watching the same scene. It's the same scene. Now, I could have just left it alone. Even in the beginning of the video where I'm just going to the computer, I could have just walked in, sat at the computer, plugged in the headphones, and did all of those things, which is actually what I filmed. If I actually filmed me doing that. But to speed things along, I would cut to the most important parts of the video so that it felt like you're just moving faster than it actually is. But you still get the sense of what's happening in the story, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's when you know it, it's oh yeah, we'll just make it faster. And you don't have to speed it up, just jump cut. Yes. The speed of jump. Wonderful. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I have done a lot of videos that are not music, and I do a lot of jump cuts. I did a video where I filmed a half hour of me talking into a camera saying nonsense. 30 minutes that I cut down to a minute and a half. And it's literally, I just took the things that I said that I thought were the funniest and just only those things. So when I look at a video that I've done, even if I do like a vlog style video, which is like similar to kind of what you're doing, I would watch that video and I could leave it alone. And it could be 10 minutes long and people could find that great. But I actually go through and I'll remove like you edit a post, like, oh, I should contract this, word, or I should, remove this sentence because it's not actually, I do that with my words in a video. So like sometimes it'll be a sentence that I'm saying and I'll remove the word "and" in it, but it'll just be like, it'll be a weird cut. But if you just do some sort of like either add a B-roll to hide the cut or just zoom in a little bit so it feels like there's a little bit more energy, you can hide that fact. And I mean, it's tougher to do, and it feels weirder because you're just editing sentences that you're saying. But anytime there's even a remote break in what you're saying, get rid of it because it'll move things along faster, and take out things that are just not relevant because it works. You want to see another one real quick? All right. This one's a lot easier. This one I filmed in one location.
You don't know me, but I earn this throne and pick bones when they try to overthrow me. Jon Snow me, but I rise up and take cover from the blast when I blow up. Boom! Yeah, I work for this. Still taste every fucking ass I kissed, but I'm a masochist, and now I rule with an iron fist. Been working for myself like 10 years. Been drinking on the job like 10 beers. Nobody gives a fuck. Got no fears, and I got no fears, cause I am the boss. I call all the shots. I run all the blocks and I talk the talks and I walk the walks. Yeah, I'm the boss. I make all the calls. I cash the checks. I'm stepping next. I know what's next, and all I demand is
Respect.
Yeah, I wear so many hats, but what the f*** is self-employment tax? I got stacks on stacks of fat greenbacks running through me fast on the throne like it's X-Lax. Yo, man, you gotta relax. Take time, make a set in the facts. Throw cash like a Goldman Sachs. The fact of the matter is you're a maniac. Boy, yeah, I need a raise. I'm all stressed out cause I work for days, and I need some holidays, some fun in the sun just to catch some rays. Don't dock my pay, I'm the only motherfucker in the company. Plus, I got the only say. I run shit my way, cause, I am the boss. I call all the shots. I run all the blocks and I talk the talks and I walk the walks. Yeah, I'm the boss. I make all the calls. I cash the checks. I'm stepping next. I know what's next, and all I demand is
Respect.
Yo, should I work from home or should I work alone? In a coffee shop, should I buy a scone, a boat, train, aeroplane? Who the f cares? I can work from damn near anywhere. I don't clock in and I don't clock out. When should I bounce? How about right now? Can I get weird? You can ask Al. 21 shots, pat it down till I'm blacked out. Damn, are you crazy, man? You damn right I'm a crazy man. AKA I'm a businessman with ideas so dope, call it contraband. I got a billion plans. 18 years of building brands. Gotta keep counting on adrenal glands to pump out these jams and appease the fans, cause, I am the boss. I call all the shots. I run all the blocks and I talk the talks and I walk the walks. Yeah, I'm the boss. I make all the calls. I cash the checks. I'm stepping next. I know what's next, and all I demand is
Respect.
Thanks. There's a lot of people that help me with this one. I need to let it go all the way. That was fun to do. That was all done in my office in a very small room with a very large black curtain that I bought from a camera store for $70. And I hung it up. I waited till it was dark out. I turned the fan on because it was super hot. I have 2 soft boxes that I bought off of Amazon for $70, I think it was. How much are the soft boxes? Do you remember? 70? They come with light bulbs. They're large, but you set them up. Which brand is it? What is it? Limo Studio brand soft boxes. They're cheap. They're great. They're easy to set up. They are 6,500 Kelvin, I think, is the lights that are in there. And I set up my camera, and I think I did that take 6 or 7 times of just me standing in front of the camera, rapping, sweating hard, because I'm wearing a suit like I am today, and dancing. And I hurt my toe, and I got gout right after that because I was being localized gout because I didn't drink for an entire month, and I ate a ton of spinach and protein, and apparently that causes high uric acid levels in your body, and it all localized at the joint that I bent when I was performing that barefoot, but with a full suit in my office. Dumb. Don't do that. And also, don't get gout. I don't even know how one. I thought, how do you get gout? Like, I'm not old. I'm not an old man. But anyway, most of the footage came from other people, and so I think I don't remember how I actually reached out to everybody, but I think I just reached out to a bunch of people and asked them to film, and I got all the submissions. I think I got 30. I got 30 submissions. I think I used all of them, and super hard to edit. A bunch of different clips from a bunch of different people with a bunch of different cameras, but the actual base layer was the hardest part because I had 6 takes of me doing the exact same thing, and there really wasn't much to pick from. I was doing, sometimes I would just stop and I would just, take a breath or, do some weird dance move, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to throw that in there. It was just, there was no, real decision-making. All of it was, I'm just going to film for this song 6 times, stick it all into a timeline, and then just, pick and choose as I went along. And so it was just totally off the cuff. And then once I had that base layer, then I took everyone else's footage and picked the parts that they did the best and stuck it in where I needed to stick it in. And then that was pretty much it. So that was all done in a single night, at least for my parts. So it's the song took a little bit longer, but as far as the editing, the editing in that video, even though it looks pretty simple and it is all one shot, there's I think a cut every single second of the song. There's constantly cuts or other things worked in. So it was pretty intense. It was a full day of editing a 3-minute video. So does anyone have any questions about that one, because we have to wrap it up? Yeah. Well, okay, so that video, I did that on purpose because I've done that before where I've crowdsourced the video. And of course, everyone in the video is going to share it. It plays on a little bit of narcissism, right? And so that was sort of my marketing move for that, because I knew, hey, everyone in this video is going to share it. I know John Lee Dumas is going to share it with his audience, so probably a good idea to get him in there. I did one for FinCon 2 years ago where we did a bunch of FinConners doing the same thing. And again, that went viral because everyone in the video shared that video. And then, of course, the song in and of itself is relatable. People have friends in the video, and then they're going to share it. So it just builds off this whole idea of relatability and community as well. Yes? No, they're not all of them, no. I actually don't remember how I reached out. Do you remember how I reached out to everybody? Oh, right. I posted it on the FinCon Facebook group. Right. So I was like, hey, anybody want to be in a rap video? Yes. I hit my limit? Oh, that's right. I did. I have a decent-sized email list that I emailed everybody and was like, do you want to be in a rap video? Because at that point, I was looking for, I think, the FinConners I got, but then I needed bodies because I wanted it to feel like a really big project and having a lot of people. So I'm like, I really don't care if you're an entrepreneur. Just be in the video and pretend like you're a boss, right? So, so I hit my email list, which was, at the time, I think 2,000 people, so not that many, and then Facebook FinCon group. So, yeah, and if you ask people to be in a rap video, and especially people who, a lot of them do videos, or they know how to use the camera on their, and I specifically said, I don't care how you film it. I just want you to do it, And I said, do the chorus, bonus points if you do all of it. So a lot of people send in videos where they lip sync the whole thing, or I had people send in videos where they just lip sync their favorite lines in the song. And so, of course, I was able to use that in certain parts. So a lot of the verses of the song, it's just me because a lot of people didn't send in and I didn't have a lot to work with. But, yeah, that was pretty much it. So yeah, that, same with Hashtag Hustle. It's relatable. It's energetic. It's got a little bit of humor in it. And in this case, there was people in it, and so the shareability factor is just through the roof on that point. So if you want to break the internet, involve other people who have big audiences, make it relatable, and make it funny. And that's it. Anybody have any other questions before I go? Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.